fun making my videos this morning, and I had to get the book because I talked about it, and this was my binder. I've had it in storage, so it's gotten beaten up throughout the years. Like I told you, I don't really bake as much as I used to, but for the most part, you know, recipes are here. You know, I didn't really need this to go back to. But here's my book. So yeah, so I used to just print out recipes that I saw. I also have my own recipes in here as well. A friend of mine at the time, she was my manager, and she used to help me. She sent me like a smorgasbord of cookie recipes, and I was doing like 400 dozen cookies for Christmas every year from the recipes that she gave me. And so here are some recipes that she gave me. This is my daughter's first cookbook from school. I have it in my cookbook. It's my baby, my baby. So let's see, China's recipe. My daughter's recipe. Here are some of the other children's recipes. But my daughter's recipe, because her mother's a chef, and my daughter has been in the kitchen with me since she was a baby. Like I said, I was on maternity leave and I was laid off with her, so she was in the kitchen with me every step of the way. She used to sit on the counter with me. I bought her like these little utensils and pots so she could mimic me and do what she did. And then she was in the high chair with me, so, you know, mommy and me time. And her recipe sounded so different than the other children. OMG. I'm trying to find it right now. Found it. So, chocolate chip cookies. She takes the baking powder and she puts it in a bowl. She puts 3 eggs in it. Then she puts chocolate chips in it. Me and mommy mix it. Mommy puts it in the refrigerator. I lick the spoon. And she puts it on, she puts it in the oven. Then she puts the cookies in a bag. She takes some to work and she saves some for me and Chris. Oh! So, warms my heart, but been baking for a long time with her, so she's my sous chef. Don't get it twisted. My baby could burn in the kitchen. 8 years old, she was making, that's her in the bathroom. She was making hollandaise. Oh yeah, she can get down. And she didn't break it either. That's right, she didn't break it. Whew, I broke it plenty of time. It's hard to keep that temp for a full-time service. So you're gonna have to make it at least one more time. Anyway, this is Emeril Lagasse's milk and cookies. My favorite recipe of all time. It comes out very crispy. I made it my own, but I liked his recipe. So anyway, various notes are in here. One of my first cookie recipes for a vegan recipe that I had. I was learning how to do the costing out of the ingredients. Yeah, this is prior to culinary school. Organic Chef was already doing it. Mind you, I told you I had my own small business at home. So mementos, right? So I can go on and on and on. Biscuits, tarts. One of my daughter's first cakes I ever made was in here. I'll post pictures on it. It's on a very old disc, but I made a lemon and coconut cake. Designed it myself, and it was beautiful. But one of the first recipes I got, I believe it was that my manager at the time, she gave me a very good asparagus vinaigrette recipe. It's really good. I also got another recipe from her. It was a stuffed flounder with Swiss cheese. Very good recipe. So the recipe I'm looking for, I believe it was from Tyler Florence. It was a great recipe. My cake was a big hit, and I decorated beautifully. But anyway, so so these are some of the recipes. I have duplicates in the book that are already in the binder, but these I just had in a flap right now. So from Chef G. Garvin, I have like 6 recipes here. So I have the infamous trifle cake. Oh my goodness. Since then, I've used sheet protectors, but back then I didn't know anything about that. I just kept them in my book in my kitchen. So it's kind of beat up. Sheet protectors, world of a change of difference. Rice pudding, sweet basil gnocchi. Let's see. Jerk seasoning. Look at this, I have like notes on it. Go girl. This is a soul food seasoning recipe. Banana fritters. Fried rice. This is all from Turning Up the Heat. We've got some drinks here. Thai punch. Banana colada. It's a Bobby Flay recipe. Oven baked pancakes. Garvin again. This is a bourbon sauce. A ponzu sauce, also by Turning Up the Heat, Chef Garvin. Yam casserole. A friend of mine I worked with taking a baking decorating class. I think it was like at Michael's or somewhere like that, like a Wilson's class, where she took that class and she gave me some of her stuff. She gave me like a little booklet of her frosting and baking tips. Love it, I still have it. That was my first tool. One of the first tools I had for baking and decorating. But everything's in the library. Library's free. You can, you know, just get the books out of the library and keep them. You know, you can renew them and have them make your notes and bring them back. I've done a lot of research that way for myself for business as well as cooking and baking. So it's something that you could do. It's time. If your passion and your heart is in it, you'll make it work and you'll find the time. Couldn't purchase or buy the books at the time, but you can certainly, you know, get them from the library and on loan and do what you have to do and return them, right? Speaking of that, I worked with a coworker at one of my restaurants. Hold on. This book here, one of my coworkers I used to work with gave me this book, and she signed it and she dated it, and she said, "To Talisha, to a great chef, blessings to you on all your future endeavors, Laura C." I brought this book in for her because I used to talk about it all the time. And I told her I got it from the library. And as you can see, like, I've clipped all the recipes in here that I've done or I'm interested in. And this book is amazing. It's for the home cook or chef at home who wants to make things from scratch. It goes from pickling, you know, to how to seal the jars, making Pop-Tarts at home from scratch, potato chips. I posted a lot of these pictures of some of the recipes that I've made in here. And what's really good about this book is that she gives like a side blog of where she failed in a recipe, how she corrected it, and the mistakes that you can make. Awesome! She did all the work. She tested the recipe and she included her notes. Love her for that. The author's name is Alana Chernila, if I'm not saying that correctly. But awesome book, great job. If you're thinking about making and baking and doing things at home, I highly recommend this book. And again, if you don't have the money to purchase it, It's in the library. Now they do online. There's so many different things you can do with technology, but invest in this. It's a great investment. So this is from my coworker who saw me going to the library, getting out my books and stuff like that. So thank you, Lori C. Wherever you are, Organic Chef, I thank you. Back to my book. So I also have a biscuit recipe from Chef Garvin, coconut rice and beans. Everyone loves my coconut rice and beans. One of the first recipes that I ever looked at. I looked at a few, but this was one of the first recipes that I've seen. Coconut curried soup. Whew, I'm telling you, man, I make all these things today, but I had to go back to the beginning. Sometimes you forget, but this was my beginning. Sandra Lee, I used to watch her show a lot. See, I have all like my sections all sectioned out and colored. Organization is key when you're working in the kitchen and you're a chef. Gotta have everything organized. So I have a mozzarella salad, tomato and mozzarella salad, a caprese salad. You know how many times I've made that with Chef Garvin? Plenty. Recipes right here, episode 11, Turning Up the Heat. It's in my book, I'm gonna take it out and show you. This is how the universe works, full circle. I'm telling you, man, you gotta follow your heart. It won't steer you wrong. Got some recipes from Better Homes and Gardens. They have some really nice home recipes in there. Popover pizza, pasta, Mexican style pasta bake. I've made plenty of those, but I got the starting run at looking at a recipe like this first. Seafood ravioli, Turning Up the Heat, episode 36. I can go on and on and on. And I made my own recipe from this, coconut penne pasta with chicken, coconut penne pasta chicken with red cabbage, herb chicken and rice. These are my own personal recipes that are in here. But just so many, herb rosemary, turkey and rice. Episode 49, Garvin's chicken stew. Episode 6, curry chicken. You know, your girl. You know, it's just so confirmational that everything comes full circle. And I'm enjoying my journey. But sometimes you have to go back to the beginning to go 10 steps ahead. Sometimes we forget. You get so entrenched in what you're doing, you forget the path or how you started to pull forward, and you get stuck. So it's nice to have that part of you that can go down memory lane, jog your memory, get what you need to get from the past, and take it and move forward and boom, just go. You know, jalapeno crab dip, Chef Garvin. So just so many different recipes I have here, but as you can see, the bulk of my recipes and what I have, Chef Garvin. So truly, truly amazing how things come around, right? So this was the booklet that my girlfriend gave me for decorating tips. I kept them in the back of my book from her class. So I didn't take the class. She knew I was into this and gave it to me for free. We used to have like chopped sessions for lunch. All the cooks and bakers would get together for lunch. We'd have a theme. We had to cook with that, whatever it was. And then we all got together and tested everyone's food, gave it point value and things like that, and see who won. So truly fun stuff. Thank you for going down memory lane with me. If anything, I'll leave this with you. Keep going for your dreams. Do the things that are innate to you on the inside. Never stop. Don't listen to anyone else. Do the things that make you happy in your life. Keep going. And more importantly, get cooking. Have a great day. God bless you, everyone. Organic Chef, I'm out. you.